the bottle jobs.
Bore da, Hwnti. Shemai cont.
I beg your pardon. Shemai cont.
I've been to Carnarvon and everybody greets each other like that.
Oh well, dwi'n iawn, cont. Dwi'n iawn, diolch yn fawr. Croeso nôl. Welcome back to another edition, episode, whatever you want to call it. This is YouTube. Welcome back to another edition of The Bottle Jobs. I am Hwnti, because I live in South Wales.
And I am Gogi, because I am from the north. I am a Northman.
And if you live in Wales, you realise unless you go on holiday to Shell Island or you go to Llandudno, then there's not a lot of cross-fertilisation,
Hwnti. Put your teeth in and siarad Cymraeg properly.
You will realise that there is not a lot of cross-fertilisation between South Walians and North Walians. We are a very intriguing landmass because our capital is in Cardiff, South Wales, who didn't actually vote for the Senedd in 1999. They didn't want it. But again, Carmarthen, which is in South West Wales, voted for the Senedd. And, you know, they're out on a limb, really. Well, the South Walians, obviously, Cyfyrddin, but there's such a diaspora, there's such a diversity. And if I may interrupt you, Hwnti, before you take over this episode like you did the last one, there is a rather huge diaspora in North Wales as well. I mean, if you were to enter Queen's Ferry and Deeside from the Offa's Dyke direction, you wouldn't even know that you'd crossed into Wales. It is such a porous border, you might just see a little dragon and croeso I Gymru, and that's it. There's no passport control. There's no effective border. It's really rather pathetic. And then obviously the people of North East Wales have a more pronounced Scouse accent because they come under the general influence of the mighty city of Liverpool that North Walians helped to build. And there's no problem with that. And then as you move westwards, the accent comes a little bit more like mine, a little bit more guttural, and then you get to Carnarvon, and then they call everybody cont. Oh, well, thank you for that, Gogi, yes. But we're in South Wales, and we're staying in South Wales, and today's episode, we want to discuss the phenomena in Welsh National Liberation Organisation circles.
Oh, Dukes, you've really taken this on, haven't you?
Well, we've got Senedd elections now, May the 7th, and we've really got to think about Welsh self-determination, Gogi. So, there is a phenomena. Have you heard of a place called Monmouthshire? Yes, indeed. Henry V, King of England, was born in Monmouth, and he took the South Walian Welsh longbowmen out of France with him. And we all know about the two-fingered salute, that the South Walians would put their two fingers up to the French and say, look, we haven't been caught and you haven't cut our fingers off. So here, take an arrow for King Henry V. Blimey, you have been reading Wikipedia, haven't you? You do know your winons, Gogi. Nionod, if you don't mind. Nionod in North Wales, well, it's Winons in South Wales. Monmouthshire Man. Generalisation, but rather privileged, living in that sort of cradle of green, right on the border there, you know. Oh, lovely, although they got flooded badly recently. So, you know, even a town as magnificent as Monmouth is not immune to climate change. That's why thinking about voting Green. I mean, historically, they've always voted Conservative because they've always had more money than anywhere else in the county. You know, you go down there, Gogi, now, right, and you go to Abergavenny and you go to Monmouth and you see the difference in wealth. And then you go down to Newport. I appreciate Newport is its own authority, but Monmouthshire, I mean, they're not far from each other, and it should not be allowed that the rural towns of Gwent and Monmouthshire are better off than Newport, the major hub, the major town. Oh, I quite agree with you there. Well, Monmouthshire Man, I mean, there have been a few notable exceptions. Eddie Butler, former captain of Wales Rugby, became a follower and supporter of Welsh self-determination before he passed away at a very young age. So, but there are some notable exceptions, like Eddie Butler, but generally, Gwent, you know, the closer you are to the border, the more comfortable you are. You know, they get the best of both worlds. They can nip over to Gloucester, they can go to Bristol shopping, they can go to Newport and Cardiff if they feel like it, but they've got Herefordshire or you know, they could go up to Powys and they can go up to the Midlands very easily. Lot of access to the rest of the so-called United Kingdom in Monmouth. And this is where they bring their worldview to the rest of Wales. They believe that because they've got it so good, that the rest of Wales should believe the same as them. Do you know, Gogi, that the former Conservative MP, David Davis, who's now private secretary to that Darren Miller, the head of the Conservatives in the Senedd, right? He went out to Calais, to one of those refugee camps, because he didn't believe that the ages of the refugees coming over, he thought that they were lying about their ages, and he wanted dental checks to see if they were under 18 as they claimed. Now, what sort of warped mindset thinks like that? Man of Monmouth. So, all I'm saying is, Gogi, I'm sorry, again, I've, steamrolled this episode, but if the Welsh National Liberation Organisation is to be serious, and it is to return Cymru Wales to its pre-Norman invasion status. I mean, you know yourself, I do know what you're going to say next, Hwnti, and I will say in my sonorous North Walian accent that when, not if, when Wales becomes independent of the rest of the United Kingdom, we will be poorer. We will be like Albania. Our economy will suffer. But as you've said, there will be chwarae teg and fair play across the board. And the people of Monmouth will be scrapping on coal tips, like the rest of the valleys have had to do at the time of the miners' strike. What's good for Will is good for the goose and good for the gatter. And I, Hwnti, I could not have said it better myself, Gogi. And on that, we'll bring this episode of the Bottle Jobs to a close. Da bo.
Hwyl fawr nawr, hwyl!